The last wedding that I performed at was over a year ago. Hey everyone, Stephen here. Now that restrictions are starting to get lifted again, magicians will be starting to go out and perform. So I thought I would share with you 5 things that I thought would help you transition into performing again. If that sounds interesting, just keep watching. So the first thing that magicians need to learn after the pandemic is the ability to switch off in social situations. Over the past year, we've not had the same opportunities to perform as much as we would like to. So when we are out in social situations and people say, "Hey magic man, show me a trick," most magicians will jump on that opportunity. Personally, I don't blame them for jumping on that chance. The real secret to this is to show them exactly the right amount of magic to help you chase that high that you've not had for the last year and leave them wanting a little bit more. So coming in at number 2, the second thing that I think all magicians need to learn after the pandemic is the planning skills that they previously had. As a magician, I spend a lot of time on the road, so I'm always planning ahead for my next gig, thinking, oh, I need to take this trick, I need to take that trick. So that's a skill that I haven't used over the past year. Another thing that you need to plan ahead is make sure that you have the required PPE, such as face masks and hand sanitizer, to help keep yourself and your client safe. Another thing that you need to plan for is being ready for that first gig back. Over lockdown, if you have put on a little bit of weight and your suit's a little bit tight, start the diet now. Start going through a training plan that will help you fit into that suit again. I'm a massive fan of professional wrestling, and in professional wrestling they do say always be ring ready. What they mean by the phrase be ring ready is always be ready just in case you get that phone call. So say for example you're injured or you don't have any bookings for a long time or you've been released from a contract. You need to always be ready, so if someone says, "Hey Stephen, I need you on a show," you're like, "No bother, I'll be there." So this is the same with magic. So wrestlers will get in the ring and they'll practice their moves and techniques to make sure that they are fresh. Magicians should be doing the same, so when they get their post-COVID phone call, they're ready to go out and ready to perform. Stop! Before we go any further, I do have to go meet my friend George, so let's go. So coming in at number 3, the third thing that I think every magician should work on after the pandemic is self-confidence. So over the past year, we haven't had the opportunity to perform as much as we would love. Due to this, a lot of magicians will have lost their confidence in both their self and also their magic. I've seen on various magic groups people saying, "I am really nervous, I'm terrified for my first gig back." So because of this, I think you need to have self-confidence. So I replied to one of these posts basically saying, "I know I'll go in and do a good job because I have for the past 10 years. Yes, I've had time out, but I have practiced, I have had my interactions with my spectators." By that, I do mean, can you take out a card, by miming that there's been a spectator there. Yes, this isn't exactly the same as doing a gig every single day. However, it will help you be a little bit sharper and a little bit better than someone who has just sat around. Another thing that you do need to be confident in is your material. You need to have the ability to adapt your material to help accommodate for any restrictions that might be in place. If you have self-confidence, I guarantee you, when you walk into that gig, you'll be the greatest magician ever. Coming in at number 4, the fourth thing that I think that magicians will need to work on after the pandemic is the manners to the staff. Now for the past year, a lot of people in the venues that we work at regular won't have had the opportunity to work. They'll have been put on furlough, some of them may be self-employed seeking self-employment grants. So with that stress over the past year and now the transition going back into work that's completely different with different processes and procedures in place, it's going to be very, very difficult for the staff. So my advice is check in on the staff, make sure they're okay, have a chat with them, build a relationship. Because the staff have the added stress, it will make their job a little bit more difficult, so you can check on them, make sure that they're okay, be nice to them, and see if there's anything that you can do to help. It's the little things that matter, so do the best you can to maintain your manners, be kind, courteous and polite to all the staff working in the venues. So coming in at number 5, the 5th thing that I think magicians will need to learn after the pandemic is patience. What I mean by patience is just waiting for the gigs to slowly come back in, because as soon as the gigs come back in, you'll be booked repeatedly again, you'll be back to where you were. Personally, I do believe that we will be busier than ever with gigs as soon as the pandemic is over. So make sure that your act is COVID compliant, make sure that you're following all the guidelines. Don't just say yes to a gig, because if you're seen to not be following these procedures, it could damage your reputation, give you some bad press. But as soon as you're able to do a gig, follow the guidelines, get out there and perform, I'm pretty sure you'll smash it. So keep it up. So there we have it. That is 5 things that I think magicians will need to work on after the pandemic. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you give me a wee thumbs up. You click that subscribe button and switch your notification bell on, so anytime I do drop a video, you get notified of it. I really do appreciate people watching the video. Thank you so much, and I will see you again very soon.